Welcome back to Waxing On. It's Friday, and on Friday it's kind of a mixed bag. Today we're going to look at comedy. Now, the artist I'm looking at today is a fellow that you may recognize from television and movies. He has done a slew of television shows. He was a regular on Roseanne, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and a number of other series that he's guested on. Most people know him as an actor. Some may know him as an actor-comedian, but he was also a pretty good musician. And I'm talking about Martin Mull. Now, my first exposure to Martin Mull, well, I'm back to PBS again. One day, probably we're talking the mid-'70s, I catch a show and it's called 59 Seconds to Go, or something along that line. 59 Minutes to Kill, there you go, 59 Minutes to Kill. And it was Martin Mull. His show opened with him doing a song, closing it up, said, yeah, that's it, thanks a lot, everybody, glad you came out. And he gets the word from his director that they still had 59 minutes to go. And the rest of the show was a comedy show based on that, but it was Martin and his band and some other skits. So I got interested in what he was doing. I went out and bought a couple of albums. At that time, he was turning out albums. He hadn't really got into the acting at this stage of the game. First album I picked up was one called Normal. You may recognize him there, but I mean, gosh, this is back 1974, so looking pretty young. And it was him and his band, and they do a lot of parodies of songs. I'm just trying to see who we have. Some Billy Elliot. We got backup band. Phil Broder on clarinet, Stuart Shulman on fiddle, Amos Garrett on electric guitar, Bill Keith pedal steel, and Mike Moore on bass. And as they go on through, he had the power to a chorus in here with Crosby, Stills, Black and Decker. I mean, that's just it. There's funny stuff on the jacket. There's funny stuff inside. Again, to give you a list of tunes, it probably wouldn't mean a lot. But to go back and listen to them, they're all pretty funny songs he's put together and some pretty excellent musicians he has playing along with him. This one was on Capricorn Records, 1974. All songs written by Martin Mull. His next album I picked up was this one called Martin Mull and His Fabulous Furniture in Your Living Room. And again, the same idea we pick up with the same kind of idea of him writing comedy tunes and playing it with a great band. Now again, to go through a lot here, it probably wouldn't mean a lot for me to just read off titles because these are ones that, I mean, we've never heard them on the radio. We never got a lot of airplay. You hear them if you bought the album. And you only bought the album if you enjoyed what Martin Mull was doing. Now, I think a lot of people first got exposed to Martin Mull from Mary Hartman, where we had a character named Garth Gimble. And that had a spin-off where Barth Gimble was hosting a show called Fernwood Tonight. It was Martin Mull and Fred Willard that were doing it. And it was a parody of talk shows. And it had some excellent guests. It was a funny show. If you know Fred Willard, he's excellent as well. Another great comedian. And this is where Martin Mull got showing his acting chops and what he could actually do out there. And from then on, it never stopped. He's been constantly, again, in movies, on TV, just an excellent performer. I think I saw him just recently. Well, it wasn't recently. I saw it recently on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where he played Jake's grandfather. So, I mean, he shows up in a lot of different places. But where he got to start, or where I first learned of him, was in the world of music. And again, a couple of albums, I think, available on the streaming networks for sure. I don't know if you can still buy hard copies. This one called Normal and His Fabulous Furniture. If you haven't heard him playing or haven't heard his songs, check it out. I mean, it's different. It's something like, again, during the 70s, there wasn't a lot of airplay for something like this. FM really hadn't come into its own at this point. Later on in the 70s, it did, and it might have featured more comedy shows. But at this stage, it was pretty much word of mouth. Or, you know, you just happened on somebody, or maybe he was a guest on one of those talk shows. But there wasn't an outlet for us to get access to this kind of music. Now you have the streaming networks, and it's all right at your hands. So, go into the weekend, have a few laughs, check out Martin Mull. Everybody have a safe weekend. Remember, we're still in the pandemic, so we're watching our distancing, wearing our masks, and getting those vaccinations. And we'll see you again next Monday when we're back with Jazz on Waxing On. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.